This is Visionary New Earth Leaders podcast, empowering visionary healers, entrepreneurs, and ex-corporates who are ready to actualize their fullest potential through expanding their consciousness and embodied leadership. I'm your host, Jenny Lyon Rainbow Anderson, New Earth business mentor, channel, and master healer, leader of my own business with 20 plus years experience in energy work, mentorship, and coaching. I'm a married mother of two, based outside London in the UK. In Visionary New Earth Leaders, we are going to share about world-leading, cutting-edge tools of energy transformation, intuitive and soul-led business and marketing strategies, and innovative, groundbreaking thought leadership, paving the path into the new earth. So if you're ready to step into leadership, this is the vortex supporting leaders and CEOs into the new earth. Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Visionary New Earth Leaders. I am so happy that you're here. Maybe you're new, maybe you have been following the podcast since it launched, but whoever you are and however you found this podcast, you're so welcome and I'm so happy that you're here. Today we're going to talk about the Connected Soul Club. And you may think, but what is this club? Why is Jenny talking about it? And the reason I will talk to you about it today is because it made such a huge part of my journey, or it's been such a huge part of my journey, the club, and also because it is in alignment with my spiritual calling and my mission, and it is actually an extension of that. It's also significant, and that's also why I want to talk to you about it, because you're meant to create the same. You're really meant to create offers and programs and different ways for clients to join you that is really in alignment with your gifts, your experience, your calling. It's basically alignment. So Connected Soul Club is super aligned with me, my mission, and why I'm here. So I'm going to dive into how it started first, because it has evolved. It started out as a self-development membership first, and then now it is a business membership. So in 2017, my father died. So some of you know about this already. Some of you wouldn't know. But basically, my dad was, he was so amazing. I was very, very close to him. He was a very sensitive and amazingly creative soul. He was just absolutely wonderful. And I had such a great relationship with him. We had our ups and downs and we had to overcome a few things, but we were so close, emotionally, spiritually, in so many ways. My dad is very spiritual soul, or he was a very spiritual soul, but he kind of didn't express it in the same way that I do. He was a painter decorator, but he was also an artist. He was very, very talented. So he channeled his art, he channeled things in his own way. So when he passed away, my whole world absolutely shattered. This was a time of most absolute struggle, pain, fear, all the feelings that I had ever experienced in my life. It was absolutely horrific. And at this same time as well, when my father passed away, my husband had shifted out of his business. I had lost some of my business as well because we moved. So it was a very tough time financially. It was hard in so many ways. I felt still quite broken. My son was born in 2014 and I had a darkness of the soul. Some of you know this already, but I had a really tough time. It felt still like I was actually healing and recovering, and I was. So when he died, my whole world shattered. It was an absolute horrific year that was following after his death. So I actually remember he passed away. I went to Sweden. So I'm Swedish, and obviously he lived in Sweden. And I went there, and I remember coming back. This was after his funeral. So everything stood still. There was nothing really happening within me, my business, or anywhere, anything. Once he had passed, I was kind of frozen, sort of in shock. But after the funeral, I returned to the UK, and I remember sitting, I think it was the airport or however I was traveling, but I remember thinking, I need to change my life now. I need to set up my business online. Like, I need to do something. I need to create change here. This is not working. My husband was still kind of shifting out of where he was shifting out from, and we just had a tough time. And I remember on the way back, I started to watch a webinar. So there was basically, I fell into a funnel on Facebook, and her name was Grace Lever. And I fell into this funnel, and it was called the Identity Project. And at the time, it felt like I was in identity crisis, basically. And this Identity Project was something that is course, basically, that she sold online through this funnel. Now, excellent marketing, obviously, because I felt that that's exactly what I needed. I needed the Identity Project. And I wanted to package my gifts and genius and my experience into something. So I bought the program. And at the time, I think it was about $1,000. And it was the first program I bought online. Now, I bought this program, and by going through this program, I realized that there was an absolute vast opportunity and potentiality and everything out there for me that I could create. So it was at the same time really quite exciting and encouraging when I watched these lessons and did this course with her online. And at the same time, I was totally broken. So I had the course, I had asked the universe for some guidance, and it came. So that summer, my dad passed away in April, but that summer was kind of, I was just pausing, I think. I was grieving, just trying to take care of the kids, be able to try breathe, basically, and just be very, trying to be as present as possible with what I was feeling. Anyway, fast forward a few more months, and I returned to the Identity Project. And coming then the next year, 2018, I then had decided to launch my business. But I remember in the course, which I was doing, I remember I want to create a membership. I want to create a community where spiritual entrepreneurs, where way showers and starseeds and visionaries can come and not just learn how to set their business up, but also to activate into their fullest power. And for those who don't know, but I did actually marketing and business and sociology at university. So when I was kind of reintroduced to this concept of marketing and online mastery, it felt really familiar because obviously I had already studied it years and years before, but it was then introduced to me in a new way. So it felt like it took sort of full cycle there, because I was like, wow, I really do love marketing. I really do love business because it's what I studied, and I kind of never really used it properly in a in a job. I did other things, but after I graduated. But nevertheless, there I was, and I knew I would create a membership, and I wanted to create a really amazing one. And that's actually how the idea was birthed. I didn't really focus on that straight away. When I launched a website and did those things in 2018, I kind of didn't really think of the membership as such. I did a lot of other things. I created other smaller programs, and I started my sort of office suite within the business. Fast forward, in 2020, I launched the Connected Soul Club. And it was at the time, this spiritual or personal development membership with lots of energy healings, meditations. We had a live meditation each month at a time. And I put in some online courses in there, which I had already completed. And that was a part of the membership. And that was launched in 2020 in September. Now, fast forward in 2022, so 2 years later, I decided to make this membership into a business membership for spiritual entrepreneurs. And that's exactly what I did. And the reason for that was that I remember how it felt for me when I started out. I joined the membership myself. I joined Grace Levy's membership, and I was in her membership for 1.5 years. And I paid a very reasonable sum. I think it was about $200 a month at a time. And that felt exactly right for me because I was new to everything. I tried to learn everything. It was a lot to consume and to understand, even with the marketing. So learning like landing pages and sales pages and email sequences and all the tech and setting up the courses online and uploading content and all the sort of those things I had to learn. And also, obviously, understanding how to create great programs and offers, and also understanding how I can package my own passion and genius into different courses and programs. And I did learn this in this membership. I think I carried on and I learned advanced after I left the membership, but it was such a great startup point. Of course, there wasn't really any spiritual aspects in this membership. It was completely marketing and business based. But I thought to myself, I would have needed some more of the mindset and some more of the energy work at the time if it would have been included. So I decided to add that obviously in my membership. And I felt also obviously energy and mindset and creating deep change within is really my jam. This is number one passion. And then my second passion is marketing and business and creating an amazing offers and programs. I'm really good at creating good programs. And I just blended the two. And that's exactly what I encourage my clients to do as well inside this membership, because we're all unique. And let's say somebody has a financial background and they are maybe not an accountant, but let's say they're a bookkeeper or there's something, and then they have a spiritual awakening, then they want to become a healer, and then they want to create an online business, etc. Well, maybe their speciality will be helping people to create sustainable wealth or create breaking through their financial problems and create a lot of abundance and prosperity, but doing that through the different methodologies and expertise they have. So it's almost like everyone have their unique blend and unique flavor for what they are here to create. And that's exactly what the club supports. You know, I support my clients to really flourish within their genius and within their expertise, and really taking into account what their background is before they had a spiritual business, because it often is a blend of all the things that you know. And when I say that, and when I really encourage my clients to blend all of these elements in, they're really relieved, because often people think that they need to leave the old behind and kind of start completely from scratch and not pull on all the resources that they've already created or already has embodied in their life. But it's the actual opposite. You're really meant to use all of the things, which makes it really cool actually, because it makes your offers and your programs and the amazing things that you are here to create and offer your clients are very unique to you. But at the same time, we want to make sure you have a great offer suite and make sure that that journey for your client is going to be as smooth and effortless and unique as possible. And this is where we don't do cookie cutter applications. We really dive into each healer or coach, their unique talents and their unique gifts that they are here to share. We also look at the soul contract, of course. So if the soul contract has got specific, indicators of this person doing specific things like speaking or writing a book or maybe set up a center or things like that, we obviously really dive into that and make sure that's a part of the plan as well. So it's a very unique way of building your business. But the other thing I want to say as well, so for example, I'm going to explain to you also with the Connect the Soul Club how the soul contract numbers work for the club. I just thought I'd mention a little bit about the soul contract, because if you've already listened to the episode 5, I think it is, or 6, you know already about the soul contract. So when we use the soul contract in business, we also run the numbers on program names, and we not run it on, the headlines of a landing page or, these or newsletters. So Connect the Soul Club, of course, I run it through the software. It has the foundation of 13.4. So 13.4 is a Christ consciousness energy, bringing high divine feminine energy into the club, is really drawing people in from the heart and really magnetizing them in through this beautiful flow of abundance, flow of Christ consciousness energy, and really high frequency. So it's an amazing energy to have as the invitation portal to a program or this is a membership, but to have that at the top, at the front. That's the foundation. That also means, so 13 is the divine feminine, it's the Christ consciousness. 4 is teaching, universal flow of abundance, lots of opportunities, teaching, depth, very highly intelligent, all those things. So it's an amazing number to have in a spiritual program or spiritual membership or mastermind. So that's the 13.4. That's the foundation. So people feel the love, basically. They feel the energy. They feel like, oh gosh, this is such a beautiful energy to be in, this vortex of the club, and they can really feel it, and they're just drawn in, basically. And then the next thing is abilities that we look at. So the abilities are 8 in this club. 8 is about connecting. This is about connecting to yourself, connecting to your clients, connecting to your spiritual gifts, connecting to your clairvoyancy, clairaudience, all those things. Using your intuition, using your inner guidance, nurturing. It's also nurturing. 8 is extremely nurturing, very grounding as well, very grounding. Because if you think of all the higher frequencies and the higher vibrations that a lot of healers and visionaries hold, we really need to ground it into the body fully so that we can ground the business. Because if we stay in our higher dimensions and the higher chakras too much, we then find it difficult to actually ground the spiritual business and really take some strategic action inside the business. So this is the masculine that has to come in as well. So the divine feminine and divine masculine has to be in balance within the business. So the 8 is really good for us as a group. It connects us, it connects me to the clients, it really helps us stay grounded, nurturing. It's a very supportive space, which is perfect for spiritual entrepreneurs. So that's the 8. The success is 11.2. So the success means, obviously the success of the club, but the 11.2 means that it builds its own structure of truth. And this is probably some of the things I just said to you earlier. It's my own, how it's shaped, within the club, being unique to me and being unique to us and the clients in there. So that's our own structure of truth, if that makes sense. it also indicates that over time it will be massive, huge. So 11.2 means that you build strategic programs or strategic pathways within your business, and they will expand and grow huge over time. So it's like the long-term plan. It's also like a paternal energy. So it gives structure and stability to a business as well. And the 2 is also about extraordinary support. So the souls in there feel really supported and connected, and they have really high levels of service, like from me. And they feel this. I mean, they feel really, it's an amazing place. The 11.2 is also financial wealth over time. So it's success over time. It's really good for a spiritual business, because often spiritual entrepreneurs and coaches and us as healers, channels, we sometimes find it hard to structure things and really to sort of put these amazing ideas into reality, because it's such high frequency ideas. And this is where the structure comes in. So I give a lot of structure and a lot of, how should I put it? Like, you have a to-do list every month that we do in our Connect. We do a channel and strategize call in the beginning of each month. So the clients will actually get a to-do list if they want one. And we give great structure on what to, really what to work on that month. And so that gives them the structure basically to take some action steps to make things happen. Because we know that implementation, taking action is actually what's going to make your business happen, sort of thing. So it has to be daily action steps. So those are the numbers of the club. I thought I'd just share them, because when somebody comes into the club and they want to create their first program, or they create, maybe even they want some headlines on their website, or newsletter and things like that, we'll run it through the software, and we make sure it has favorable, perfect numbers for what it is they want to create. So there's going to be different numbers that maybe not be so suitable, for example, for a spiritual business or for a particular program. And then we look then at a different name so that we get the right numbers. So that was just kind of a little introduction to how to use it, how to use the soul contract software when we're using it for business. So what I feel for the club is that it is an amazing vortex. It's not just learning marketing and how to create your niche and your program and grow your audience and do really strategic moves within your business. All those things are included in there that you would get in any other business program. But what we also do is that we activate and connect a lot in there. We have also a monthly healing call. So I am a divine healer and I'm a light body surgeon, and I do a lot of deep energy work, shamanic work as well with my clients. So we have one healing call. They love it. It's an amazing call. We do deep energy work in this call. We also have a Q&A, one Q&A a month for business Q&A. And then in the beginning of each month, we have the channel plan and strategize call, which really help the clients to tap into their channel so that we can together create the action plan for that month. They really like this because it makes it less sort of static. It makes it more fluid and more creative, and also really teaching them to tap into trust themselves on what the next step in their business is by following their intuition. And then we create some clever ways of how to do that, the actual strategic steps. And then we have also a monthly meditation in the club as well. And actually soon I'm going to, on that particular meditation call, I'm going to create a magic and manifestation course instead. I asked them and they were like, yeah, we want to have a magic and manifestation course. over the course of 4 months, we're going to create, I'm creating one for them instead of the meditations. There are probably about 40 meditations in there already. So there's plenty of meditations to choose from already. And they are very much like shamanic journeys. And they're very much like deep sort of almost channelings as well from me. So although they're not divine healing based, they are very deeply consciousness altering, and they love them. They love these meditations. So that's what's available in the club. We have so many other courses in the club that is, really powerful. Money mindset courses. We have also some light leader interviews. We also have a few masterclasses like the Equilibrium, which is all about going from the old paradigm into a new paradigm in a balanced way. And then we have also, obviously we have the live calls, but we also have sometimes guest interview or guest speakers that is coming to speak to us. So yeah, it is an amazing place. It is an amazing place. So if you're interested to learn more about the club, there is a link below that you can have a look at. But what's also so amazing with the club is, and I wanted it to be so accessible for people, because I remember when I started out, I couldn't pay more than $200 when I started, and I didn't know where to start, but I was ambitious and I wanted to do the work, but I didn't want to pay $1,000 a month. I couldn't do that at the time. So the club is only £145 a month, which is about $170 a month. And the level of support is pretty incredible. So it's kind of a no-brainer offer. I also say to the clients too, I really want you to stay for about 18 months minimum, because I know how long it takes to get your business off the ground. And also life happens as we're doing it at the same time. It's not a straight line. Sometimes you also go on holiday and things like that. You're not going to be on it all the time. So I say minimum 18 months, probably 24 months is a good amount of stay in the club. And then at that point, you should have created a couple of your programs or flagship programs, a good audience. You should have created, depending also how much time you've got, right? But a good audience, and you should be able to have a natural sort of, build an email list, or even if it's small. You should also have maybe a small community like a Facebook group, or if you decide to grow your YouTube channel, that would be something then you would have, grown quite a lot over those 2 years. If you decide to maybe do online or offline retreats, whatever your wish is, it always takes a bit more time than you think it will, especially as well if you have other things in life. So a few of my clients are actually still in jobs. So they're building the business on the side while they're still working somewhere else. So it just takes a little bit longer. If you're at work and then you've got to do some stuff at the weekend, maybe you have one day off in the week, you can then, dedicate that time to building your business. So if somebody came in and works 40 hours a week on their business, they could probably go through the membership and have all the things done that it's within that membership, or the membership within a year. That also includes that they have to do case studies and other things with clients and create their first beta program and things like that, and then run it and then test it and then run it again, etc. So it just takes a bit of time. That's why I made it so affordable, because I wanted people to be able to come in, spend a couple of years to build a business really with good, amazing foundation, take daily action steps, and really create the life and the business and everything that they dream of, and that they also came here to do this lifetime. Came here to share their gifts with the world and have impact and create freedom, or really live in alignment with their purpose, or their ikigai. If you've heard about the ikigai, we can talk about the ikigai another time. But ikigai is basically a Japanese concept where you live in full alignment with your purpose. You're getting paid well for what you're doing. The world needs it. and everyone's thriving from you being fully in your alignment. That's the Ikigai. So that's why I created a club, so that everyone can come into their Ikigai. So I'd love to have you in there. If you're in the first couple of years of your business and you want to learn to set up, niche down, create programs, create an audience, really create a good foundation to build your business on, then the club is absolutely for you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little share about the club. The club is dear to me, it's my baby, and I would love to see you in there. If you have any questions, let me know, but the doors are open to the club always. There's no contracts. People can come in and out as they like. They don't really, they stay, but there's no sort of strings attached, and I made it this way because I want people to stay because they want to stay. And I want them to commit and find that commitment within themselves, and not by some sort of external force that forces them to stay. I find that type of commitment is that is the absolute most powerful commitment, because then it comes from within them. And that's why I created it this way. It's a very feminine approach to coaching. So I'll see you all soon. If you have any questions, I'm here, and you have all the links to join the club below and find out more about it. You can always email me or message me if you have any questions, and I would love to see you on the inside. Sending you lots of love on this beautiful day, and may you have a blessed rest of your week. Thank you for listening to Jenny Lyon's Visionary New Earth Leaders podcast. If you're ready to rewire your subconscious mind, clear your programming and collective conditioning, transform your trauma into trust, and step into your soul's calling and true leadership, or if you're ready to unlock your fullest potential through activating your light body and expand your consciousness exponentially, detangle and clear your past life karma and Akashic records, and setting up for success, launch your online spiritual business, and so much more, then go to jennylyon.love. And if you're receiving value from the show, I would love if you would share it with a friend and give it a 5-star review. Also, you can join me in one of my live free trainings, and you can find it right on the website, as well as in the link in my bio across all social media. I am Jenny Lyon across all platforms. I wish you a blessed day, and may you live your most authentic self.